college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Arkansas Razorbacks offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Give to the running back. Turning it on! Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, he shows you his speed and his power on that run. As far as I can think back to, Arkansas football always comes down to being able to run the football on offense. It's about grinding and wearing the opponent down. They always seem to be able to recruit outstanding athletes at that position. This guy is no different.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
You want to stop the run game? Get the big defensive tackles in the middle, getting penetration. Those big boys eating up blocks, taking away gaps and holes for those running backs to run through.
Using his power and his sweet feet to get into the backfield quickly.
And you know you're athletic when you describe with power and sweet feet. I mean, just put those two things together and you're just pretty amazing.
Back to pass, it's Green. A little release to the back. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. So the Missouri Tigers offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy. He's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going, so it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. This quarterback part of their running game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Missouri! I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches. But you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Slips through the line. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Gives it on the option. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And the Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo. Rides the back and leaves it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
That's reeled in. It's Hill. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
That's got to feel really good for this quarterback. It's early in the game, so these third downs are big. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm and flow. Nice job reading the defense. Beautiful pass.
The Razorbacks have their offense in high gear. Gives it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Green. Flips it out in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And the Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Powers through the defender. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Right on the money. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advancing.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Having a playmaker like that can get the offense out of just about any situation.
And no doubt, he can roll right, he can roll left, he can do whatever he wants and buy time and throw the football. But you have to defend everything. You have to defend pass, you have to defend run, and you have to defend plays that aren't even called. So good luck stopping this cat.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the bootleg and rolling out. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's caught.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sideline.
Now on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Terry. There he goes. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. It's complete. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Wants to throw again. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And I love the play design here. The ball is designed to come out of the quarterback's hands quickly. He finds his big-time target for the touchdown.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. He'll keep it himself. Makes it past the marker. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Pulls and fires complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Razorbacks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. The give on the option. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Rides the back on the option to give. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Play action on first down. Buys a little extra time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Arkansas! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it the field of play. He couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Grab behind the line. It's Coleman. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Here's the handoff. Creates a little room. Got the first down and more. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Gives it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. And this senior really has command of the entire attack right now. He's been turnover-free. They're moving the ball up and down the field. A really mature performance. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Terry. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the 1st down before they finally get him on the ground.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
That's caught. It's Coleman. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Another 1st down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
On 1st and goal, Missouri will try to strike Pater. Looking to throw again. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri! Quick strike through the air for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Green. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Unloads quickly. And midfield, he's got room. It's a running room. The tap. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. And when you've been around a while, as this guy has behind center, you expect this type of performance, and boy, is he delivered. He's guided this offense with precision, and most of all, he has taken care of the football. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. Lowers those pads. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Got it in the middle. It's Hardy. Touchdown, Tigers. A great catch and run for 6. Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet,
breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, it's Green. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Makes the catch. It's Green. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, Because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Offense set on 1st down. He'll do it himself. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. But the problem is these guys are such good athletes. They're so hard to catch once they do pull the football. But it's kind of like the hidden hat trick. You know, where's the ball? It's underneath this one. No, I picked this one up. No, it's gone. It's underneath this one. Nope, there it is. It's gone.
Dropping back, it's Green. Working that left side now. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. The Razorbacks look to do some damage in the red zone. Quick release by the QB. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll move the tight end. Rides to back and leaves it. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the 1st down and get the sticks moving.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Arkansas! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And that was a really big score here at the end of the 1st half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the 1st half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the 2nd half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he's coming out of the end zone. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Johnson.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Fires to the middle. It's caught. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game.
Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. First play of this drive comes from the 27. To the air, it's Green. Caught near the sticks, it's Anthony. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Hill. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Pucks it out of the air. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Razorbacks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan.
Turning it on! Made a defender miss. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Missouri! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Looking for room. It's Green. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Green. Finds his man, it's Hill. At the 40, there he goes. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Razorbacks want to crank the tempo. Gives it on the option. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
And the Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotated.
There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
Disappointing for the defense here because they knew they were going to see option in this game, and they had practiced and repped against it so many times, but it's one thing to do it against your scout team, and it's another thing to do it in live game situations against this type of offense. They're struggling right now. That's the 2nd rushing touchdown they've allowed.
Here he comes from his own end zone. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It can happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Rushes on him. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away. He might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Out of the backfield, he's open. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Razorbacks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now? And flashing that on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can take the game over, and the defense is figuring that out fast.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
That's one the running back would like to have back. He's a good enough player, and he's a complete enough running back to be able to make that play. That's why they like throwing him angle routes like that right there.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Back to pass, it's Green. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
3rd down, man. You'd think this offense would want to throw it down the field, at least past the sticks. With this defense and their athleticism and speed, they gobbled him up behind the line of scrimmage.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. The give on the option. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Coleman. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
They'll try to run for it. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive.
Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but the sweet pulling catch is plenty to give them a first down.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
The throw. Makes the grab. It's Brown. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. And the Razorbacks are in the hurry-up. He'll pull it on the read. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move. Going for it on 4th down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Brought down at the 30 on the return, and this defense has set them up in scoring position.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. With the catch, it's Coleman. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Offense getting set for 1st down. They go to the ground. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. He's got an open man. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Makes the grab on the left. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. A 3rd and long here. They can't pick up the first down without getting the touchdown. Unleashes to the end zone, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. On the run from inside his own 5. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Final stanza of the game, and we'll start with the first down. To throw, it's screen. Here's a heat. Escapes the sack. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Oh, they're after him. Took care of it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Razorbacks with the 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
He'll pull it down and run. He's run out of bounds, and they'll say he stepped out at the 27.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Razorbacks kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking for a man. It's Green. He's got it on the move. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Quick release on the RPO. Touchdown, Arkansas! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. And the veteran presence is obvious for this senior behind center. The aerial attack has been precise. They put up big numbers. They put points on the board. It has just been superb. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Off the boot, looking for his man. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his big tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Grabbed behind the line, it's Johnson. At the 45, on his way. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. Missouri comes to the line with another first down. On the move, it's Hardy.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The give to the back. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Tigers will snap it on first and 10. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside. Defense.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Trying to run, it's Harding. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
And they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But fourth and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Not very pretty. Highly effective using that carom off the left upright. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Looking to throw, it's Green. Grab near the marker, it's Green. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Reads it, fires complete.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
He's going to take off. He gets it into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 48.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a 1st down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Grab near the marker. It's Platt. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important 1st down.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. And I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage. They've mixed up personnel. None of it has worked. This guy has carved them apart.
Man, let it rip, young fella. I mean, closing in on 450 yards, throwing the ball early and often with a lot of success.
The Razorbacks line it up with a 1st and goal. Gets it out quickly. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Razorbacks! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop. And if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Caught in the backfield. It's Coleman. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run is coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
To the air on 2nd down. Bringing the heat. Brings it down on the right side. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Missouri has it ready to go with another 1st down. Power football with the run. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. The give out of the gun. Turning it on. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Arkansas, 49.
He'll bring it out. It's Green. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Looking to throw, it's Green. Spits it out to the back. The short hands, it's Green. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll get rid of it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, this defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the fourth quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Razorbacks can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
The Razorbacks come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. And the Razorbacks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Trying to ball his way in. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
One more play to pad the stats. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. You sort of think that over the years you get immune to these types of upsets, but this one is a shocker that might go on the list of all time.
Dude, huge win. Like, you can't say enough about being a team with a considerable talent disadvantage. Like, you're the underdog for a reason. You go with, this is a top 10 team you're playing against. Like, everything says you shouldn't win, but Palmer, they came out and they absolutely took care of business.
Yeah, they showed